Hello and welcome to a tutorial on how to push out a needs list into Floify. Let's jump right in here and get started. First thing you want to do is hit Start New Loan Flow and type in a loan flow name, which is the borrower's last name. We're going to use my last name here as test and put an email address. And you always want to put in a mobile phone number because we are going to be sending text messages out to your customer. If you know the closing date, purchase transaction, go ahead and put it in. Otherwise, leave it blank. Very important. You always want to put in delay borrower loan flow name or loan flow access. Otherwise, it's going to push out multiple emails to your customer. So always select that. If there is a co-borrower, you can put it in here depending on if your co-borrower is going to be uploading documents and not just the borrower. So if the co-borrower is going to be uploading stuff, go ahead and put their information, click that box, and then you can go ahead and fill their stuff in and put their mobile number in as well. If not, deselect it. Ignore this stuff here. We're not using any of this realtor pre-approval stuff out of this system. We use another system for that. All right, so let's jump right in here. We use quick packs for sending out all the document requests. And basically we have a long list of documents that we have pre-programmed in here, and we've broken them into smaller groups depending on your borrower's type. And so with quick packs, you get to select, for instance, W-2 borrower, and we have put everything in that you would need from a W-2 borrower. We've thrown in here purchase contract and credit card for appraisal. If you don't have a purchase contract yet, but they're getting it here in the next day or two, leave that selected. If not, go ahead and take that out because this is going to send emails and text messages continually, and you don't want to leave that hanging out there, clogging up their inbox and text messages. As far as credit card form for processing, paying for the appraisal, we do require that every file have a credit card for the appraisal up front prior to submission. So if you have a customer that is under contract, you would want to leave both of these selected. So we're going to leave both of these selected. We need all of these things. So we are going to hit Start New Loan Flow. So it has gone and found that this email address has already been used. Now the reason that it's found that is because I've already sent some test loan flows out to myself. So if this happens to you, the customer is either A, in our system, but more than likely the customer's already had a loan flow file with another mortgage company, so you would not want to proceed. Get with management if this happens. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. All right, and so now I'm going to start a new loan flow file. And now we're going to jump back into this test file by selecting right there. We're going to select Add New Documents. And we have one-off docs, template docs, and borrower question. Those are the three items that you're only going to be clicking on or paying attention to. We're going to jump back into template documents. All right, so with the quick packs, we can select other items. And for this one, we are going to say that we've got a co-borrower. And so we've listed every possible thing that you would need from a co-borrower. And so let's say your co-borrower didn't file separate tax returns. And so you would just deselect anything that you wouldn't need from your co-borrower. And we hit selected documents. And now we jump back over here to add new documents, select template documents, and let's say that we are doing a primary residence rental conversion. These are the things that we would need. We select those. We hop back over here, add new documents, template documents. And we go back to Quick Pack. Let's say that they have an investment property that they own. And here are all the things that we're going to need from them. Now, if they have multiple investment properties, what you want to do is tell your customer that they have the ability to go and add document items into Floify. And so they could jump in here, edit these, and put the property address in for these. And then they can go in and add additional slots and label them with the property address is what we suggest you do. So let's add those, add new document, template documents. And if your borrower is self-employed, same thing. Here's everything that you would need. But let's say we don't need business bank statements because we're not going to use any business funds. Same thing is that if they own multiple businesses, you would just ask your customer to label these with the business name. And then if you own more businesses, have them add their own slots and label those the names of the business. Okay, so now that we've got all those things selected, the last thing we want to do is, let's do one-off docs. Here we go. So one-off docs allow you to request anything that you want from your borrower. So let's just say that you need a lease. You can type in anything you want to. No need to type anything over here. Just type it right here on this side, and you can select or request any document that is not in our template documents. And then let's say you've got a question for your borrower. You can type in here, so anytime that you've got a question for them, make it miscellaneous, and I have a question. So we've got those three things, and now we're going to go back. Now that we've got everything that we think we need, we're going to go back to template documents, and this time we're going to select all. So this way, you're going to get one last shot to go through and see if there's anything that you might have forgotten to request from your borrower by going down this list, to see if anything in here jogs your memory that you may need to request from your borrower. For instance, is your borrower divorced and getting alimony, child support, or paying them? So in this case, divorce decree. Has your borrower already sent the wire out for the earnest money deposit? Yep. And then anything else? Oh, the borrower has filed bankruptcy. So let's go ahead and request those. And let's see what else we may need. Realtor contact info. So we definitely need to request the realtor contact info because you have to have your realtor in Be in Touch, which is where all you submit your files in and where we keep track of all those of all your loans. You have to have your realtor contact info prior to submission, so you're going to want to select that and request that. And if you need to do a verification of rent, you would request landlord contact info. And this is a way to make sure that you haven't forgot to request anything that you might need from your borrower. And there we go. We've gotten all of those selected. Everything is ready to go. Now that you've gotten everything ready to go and selected that you need, now you can invite your borrowers, which sends off the welcome email. That is going to provide them with a secure link for them to click on, as well as send them a text message. And it also is going to send them out an email that will list all 37 items in the email. So if for some reason you have a client that is not tech savvy and they are going to come into the office and meet you, they're going to overnight your documents, or heaven forbid, they're going to try to fax all this stuff into you, this will send out an email listing every single item out. So no reason for you not to use this system. We require you to use it. and it will send an email list out as well. So if for some reason you got a borrower that says, hey, I'm not going to upload documents, just email me a list of things that I need, you will still use this system because it's going to email them the list. And then we'll be doing another video tutorial about how to accept your documents into Floify. Thanks.